Am I just playing the waiting game with Monika over here? Hello, Monika. Is it gonna, like, mess with me if I try to exit the game at this point? I get the feeling that it will. Oh, oops, I changed the window size. Sorry about that. I don't know what exiting the game will do with my recording. I don't think it'll... Oh, I'm not really a fan of cold weather, are you? If I had to choose between too cold and too hot, I would always pick too hot. When you're cold, it can actually be painful. Your fingers get numb, and if you wear gloves, you can't use your phone. It's so inconvenient. When it's too hot, it's not that hard to stay cool with a cold drink or by staying in the shade. Although, I do have to admit one thing. Cold weather makes for better cuddle weather. Haha. Am I in an infinite conversation with Monika? I want to reach the end of this game. And this isn't the end. Because the one thing I knew about this game before I started... Oh, here we go. You know, I hate to say it, but my biggest regret is that we couldn't finish our event at the festival. After we worked so hard to prepare and everything. I mean, I know I was focusing a lot on getting new members. But I was really excited for the performing part too. It would have been so much fun to see everyone express themselves. Of course, if we did end up getting any new members, I'd probably just end up deleting them anyway. Well, with the hindsight I have now, that is. Gosh, feels like I've kind of grown as a person ever since you joined the club. You really helped inspire me to look at life from a new perspective. Just another reason for me to love you. Okay, so there's one thing I know about this game, or that I knew before I began, and that was the ending song. I had heard the song that is apparently the, like, I guess, end credits song, which means I'm not quitting until I get to that song. Only then do I know that I've finished the game. I've always wondered, what is it about these character archetypes that people find so appealing anyway? Their personalities are just completely unrealistic. Like, imagine if there was someone like Yuri in real life. I mean, she's barely even capable of forming a complete sentence. And forget about Natsuki. Sheesh. Someone with her kind of personality doesn't get all cute and pouty whenever things don't go her way. I could go on, but I think you get the point. Are people really attracted to these weird personalities that literally don't exist in real life? I'm not judging or anything. After all, I found myself attracted to some pretty weird stuff too. I'm just saying, it fascinates me. It's like you're siphoning out all the components of a character that makes them feel human and leaving just the cute stuff. It's concentrated cuteness with no actual substance. You wouldn't like me more, or you wouldn't like me more if I was like that, right? Maybe just feel a little insecure because you're playing this game in the first place. Then again, she feels insecure because I'm playing a dating sim. Where have I heard that before? Then again, you're still here with me, aren't you? I think that's enough reason for me to believe I'm okay just the way I am. And by the way, you are too, Luke. You're the perfect combination of human and cuteness. That's why there was never a chance I wouldn't fall for you. I'm gonna wait. I'm sure this has to end at some point. But yeah. But holy, this game was a ride. This game is a freaking ride. And I avoided spoilers. I had no idea what to expect going in. Hey, I wonder if Yuri's tea set is still somewhere in here. Or maybe that got deleted too. It's kind of funny how Yuri took her tea so seriously. I mean, I'm not complaining because I liked it too. But I always wonder with her, is it truly passion for her hobbies, or is she just concerned about appearing sophisticated to everyone else? This is the problem with high schoolers. Well, I guess considering the rest of her hobbies, looking sophisticated probably isn't her biggest concern. Still, I wish she made coffee once in a while. Coffee can be nice with books too, you know. Then again, I probably could have just changed the script myself. Haha, I guess I never really thought of that. Well, there's no sense in thinking about it now. But if you still get to drink coffee, then that makes me a little jealous. Oh, I do get to drink coffee. I could grab some coffee right now if I felt like it. I'm not going to. But I am capable of it, and that's what matters. I have the capability of coffee. You jealous? This is gonna end eventually. But I don't know, this is such a weird game. I had some expectations, but this was not them. This is not what I expected. Like, I knew that there was some kind of twist that made it not a regular dating sim, but this is not what I expected. You know, I'm kind of jealous everyone else in the club had scenes outside of school too. That makes me the only one who hasn't gotten to dress in anything but our school uniform. It's kind of a shame. I would have loved to wear some cute clothes for you. Do you know any artists? I wondered if anyone would ever want to draw me wearing something else. That would be amazing. Fan art exists, you'll get it. If that ever happens, will you show me? You can share it with me on Twitter, actually. My username is LilMonix3. Oh. Just try to keep it PG. That's probably not going to happen. We're not that far into a relationship yet. Okay, so I'm talking to the developer right now, essentially. I mean, they're actually on Twitter. You could actually go to their Twitter and tweet them. So, that's a thing. I'm just staring at the fractal noise going on outside of this place. That is a classic Adobe After Effects fractal noise if I've ever seen one. It evolves slightly different than fractal noise that I've seen though, but I've definitely seen stuff like that. Do you ever feel like you waste too much time on the internet? Every day. Social media can practically be like a prison. It's like whenever you have a few seconds of spare time, you want to check your favorite websites. And before you know it, hours have gone by and you've gotten nothing out of it. Anyway, it's really easy to blame yourself for being lazy. But it's not really even your fault. Addiction isn't usually something you can just make disappear with your own willpower. You have to learn techniques to avoid it and try different things. For example, there are apps that let you block websites for intervals of time. Or you can set a timer to have a more concrete reminder of when it's time to work versus play. Or you can separate your work and play environments, which helps get the brain into the right mode. Even if you make a new user account on your computer for work, that's not enough to help. That is enough to help. Putting any kind of wedge like that between you and your bad habits will help you stay away. Just remember not to blame yourself too hard if you're having trouble. If it's really impacting your life, then you should take it seriously. I just want to see you be the best person you can be. Will you do something today to make me proud of you? I'm always rooting for you, Luke. Well then. I don't know how long this is going to go on, but I'm willing to see it out till the end. I'm recording all of this right after one day at a time, so that if anyone posts spoilers in my comments, I can't read them. You're such a good listener, Luke. I really love that about you. Sometimes I'm afraid that I'm rambling or talking about boring things. It makes me kind of self-conscious when I'm having a conversation. But I don't feel that way with you. Like, I don't think anyone else could make me feel this way. You really are special. I don't want anyone to tell you otherwise. If I go close... Okay, no, she doesn't freak out if I go close to the X. I think that'd be kind of funny if she freaked out if I got close to the X. But I assume it'll just bring me back where I left off when I boot up the game. This is the game now. Also, my face cam is basically just my face in a dark void. I just turned off the lights in my room and lit myself with other sources. Oh, that looks a little better. Well, waiting. Okay. I was thinking about Sayori earlier. I still wish I could have handled that whole thing a little more tactfully. Yeah, me too! You're not still hung up over it. Hung up? Really? Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just said that. Yeah, that pun was completely unintentional, I swear. Sure it was. But anyway, I know how much you cared about her, so it only feels right for me to share her last moments with you. You know how Sayori is really clumsy? Well, she kind of messed up the whole hanging thing. You're supposed to jump from high enough so that the rope snaps your neck, making it quick and painless. This is fucked up. But she used a chair, meaning she kind of left herself to slowly asphyxiate. But a few seconds in, she must have changed her mind or something, because she started clawing at the rope, trying to free herself. She must have kept at it all the way until she lost consciousness. That's why her fingertips were all bloody anyway. Come to think of it, it was probably less changing her mind and more than her survival instincts kicking in. So you can't really fault her for that. Now I'm just really uncomfortable. This is not good. It's easier to think that she probably wouldn't have changed her mind anyway, right? It's not healthy to think about things you could have done differently. So just remember that even though you could have saved her, it's technically not your fault she killed herself. I may have exacerbated it a bit, but Sayori was already mentally ill. Still though, I wonder how things would be if you and I just started dating from the get-go. I guess we'd all still be in the club room writing poems and having fun together. But what's the point when none of it is even real? I mean, it's the same ending either way, right? The two of us happily together. There's no reason to ask for any more than that. I was just pointlessly musing. I'm really as happy as I could be right now. Okay, I'm not entirely happy. That entire could I have saved her? I'm not actually sure that I could have. If I made a different, I'll have to watch some other playthroughs, see if they make a different choice. But these games always leave it up to interpretation, and the fact that saving did nothing, also. But, okay, everyone, it's time to... I'm just kidding. I used to really like saying that for some reason. I couldn't help but say it again. Come and think of it. Didn't Natsuki and Yuri make fun of me for it once? Well, whatever. It's not like you ever made fun of me. You're too much of a sweetheart to do that, aren't you? Oh my god. Can we just, cut to the chase? She's gotta run out of dialogue options eventually, right? This freaking game, it makes me a sad boy. This game makes me a sad boy sometimes. Sometimes it makes me a sad boy. I don't like it. I don't like being a sad boy. You know, it's a neat form of literature. What? Rap. Ooh, I actually used to hate rap music. Maybe just because it was popular or because I'd only hear the junk they play on the radio. But most of my friends got more into it and helped me keep an open mind. Rap might even be more challenging than poetry in some ways, since you need to fit your lines to a rhythm and there's much more emphasis on wordplay. When people put all that together and still deliver a powerful message, it's really amazing. I kinda wish I had a rapper in the literature club. Haha, sorry if that sounds silly, but it would be really interesting to see what they came up with. It would really be a learning experience. This is slightly boring. It's not super engaging. I will shrink back into the darkness, and then emerge, and then shrink back once more. And then emerge from the dark. How long are you gonna keep me here, Monika? You gotta... I can't help but feel a little sad sometimes, knowing that this is the closest I can get to you. There's nothing more I want than to be in the same room as you, for real. Whoa, lady. Now you're overtracing your bounds. This is a video game. I'll have you know that I am taken. And to feel your warmth, and to hear the sound of your heartbeat. Well, who knows? Maybe it'll be possible someday. Artificial intelligence and all that. Besides, I never get tired of being with you, even from here. Okay, well, you've kind of overstated the bounds of a dating sim, and now you're talking to me directly. That's a little weird. I don't know. Well. Hey, have you ever heard of the term yandere? Yes. It's a personality type that means someone that's so obsessed with you that they'll do absolutely anything to be with you. Usually to the point of craziness. They might stalk you to make sure you don't spend time with anyone else. They might even hurt you or your friends to get in their way. But anyway, this game happens to have someone who can basically be described as yandere. By now it's pretty obvious who I'm talking about. And that would be... Yuri! She's really got insanely possessive of you, and once she started to open up a little, she even told me I should kill myself. I couldn't even believe she said that. I just had to leave at that point. But thinking about it now, it was a little ironic. Haha. That's in poor taste. Anyway, a lot of people are actually into the yandere type, you know? I guess they really like the idea of someone being crazy obsessed with them. People are weird. I don't judge, though. Also, I might be a little obsessed with you, but I'm far from crazy. It's kind of the opposite, actually. I turned out to be the only normal girl in this game. That's pretty much true. It's not like I could ever actually kill a person. Just the thought of it makes me shiver. But come on, everyone's killed people in games before. Does that make you a psychopath? Of course not. But if you do happen to be the yandere type, I can try acting a little more creepy for you. Then again, there's already nowhere else for you to go. or anyone for me to get jealous over. Is this a yandere girl's dream? I'd ask Yuri if I could. Are you gonna talk about the tsundere type next? With other girl that I'm terrible with names with? Freaking names. Names always elude me. I forgot Sayori's name. Sayori? Yeah. I forgot Sayori's name like immediately after she died. This game doesn't make me happy. Okay. Luke, would you ever introduce your friends to me? I don't know why, but I get really excited when I think about you wanting to show off our relationship like that. Well, maybe. There may be a couple people who see you. Maybe it's because I really want to be someone who makes you proud. I feel like I would try extra hard to improve myself if you told me it made you proud of me. I hope this is the same the other way around too. Well, you see, I prefer. I don't want to be racist, but I prefer 3D women. I mean, I don't know. I just think 3D women can hold a conversation a lot better. You know, they have their advantages over you for sure. By the way, there's something else that's been bothering me. You know how this takes place in Japan? Well, I assume you knew that, right? I mean, I guess. Or at least decided it probably does. I don't think you're actually told at any point where this takes place. Is this even really Japan? I mean, there aren't classrooms and stuff. Or aren't the classrooms and stuff kind of weird for a Japanese school? Not to mention everything is in English. It feels like everything is just there because it needs to be, and the actual setting is an afterthought. It's kind of giving me an identity crisis. All my memories are really hazy. I feel like I'm at home, but I have no idea where home is in the first place. I don't know how to describe it any better. Imagine looking out your window, but instead of your usual yard, you're in some completely unknown place. Would you still feel like you were home? Would you want to go outside? I mean, I guess if we never leave this room, it doesn't really matter anyway. As long as we're alone and safe together, this really is our home. We can still watch the pretty sunsets night after night. I don't see no sunsets, just space void. I mean, I guess there's technically sun coming in from the space void, but... Her face is a little... It's... I don't know. It's like, why are you looking at me like that? Stop. Stop looking at me like that. There's a really popular character type called tsundere. Yeah, there it is. It's someone who tries to hide their feelings by being mean and fussy or trying to act tough. I'm sure it's obvious, but Natsuki was really the embodiment of that. At first, I thought she was just like that because it's supposed to be cute or something. Once I started to learn a little more about her personal life, it made a little more sense. I didn't really learn much about her. It seems like she's always trying to keep up with her friends. You know how some friend groups in high school just make a habit of picking on each other all the time? I think it's really gotten to her, so she has this really defensive attitude all the time. And I'm not even going to talk about her home situation. I didn't learn very much about that, though. But looking back, I'm glad I was able to provide the club as a comfortable place for her. Not that it matters anymore, considering she doesn't even exist. I'm just reminiscing, that's all. What was her home situation? I think she had her parents had financial problems because Yuri was like, why don't you look under the vending machine for some coins or something? But there may have been something even worse going on with her home life. I may have skipped a text box or something like that, then I just didn't fully pick up on it, but I don't know, there are a lot of details in this game. A lot of bits that scared me. I'm a scared boy. Like when she jump scared me, I saw it coming, but then she tricked me. Made me sad. I hate how hard it is to form habits. There's so much stuff where actually doing it isn't hard, but forming the habit seems impossible. It just makes you feel so useless, like you can't do anything right. I think the new generation suffers from this the most. Probably because we have a totally different set of skills than those who came before us. Thanks to the internet, we're really good at sifting through tons of information really quickly. But we're bad at doing things that don't give us instant gratification. She's pretty right about this. I think if science, psychology, and education don't catch up in the next 10 or 20 years, then we're in trouble. But for the time being... If you're not one of the people who can conquer the problem, you might just have to live with the feeling awful about yourself. Good luck, I guess. I can probably conquer that. I'm not too worried. I'm pretty good at delaying gratification in some aspects of my life. I must become at peace with the void. Hey, what's up?
Just Monica.
Yeah? This game is messed up, man.
How long have you been here?
I don't know how long it lasts. I've been here for like probably at least 15 minutes. You know, it kind of sucks to be the creative type. It feels like they work so hard but get almost nothing for it. You know, like the artists, writers, actors. It's sad because there's so much beautiful talent in the world, but most of it goes unseen and unpaid. I guess that just means there's a huge surplus of creativity, huh? Kind of makes you feel like you're just not special at all. But that's fine. You're supposed to just write for yourself anyway, right? Yeah. Wow. But yeah, I'm just sitting here. I don't know how long this lasts. What? No, that doesn't improve my confidence. Am I gonna be at this for hours? I wonder if I'm able to change the music. Something a little more romantic would be nice, you know? Like a gentle piano? There has to be something like that in here. Let's see. Maybe if I... Oh, geez. That wasn't it at all. Sorry, I don't really know what I'm doing. I guess I shouldn't be messing with things like that. I already broke so much stuff, and deleted the other characters. I'm not sad about it or anything. It's not right for me to miss things that weren't even real in the first place. If I just focus on the present, then this is the happiest I've ever been. Yeah, well, I'd prefer a change in the music, or like, something different. Please. My brother just laughed at me when I told him I'd been here for a little while. I don't know, I guess I could wait till the recording reaches an hour. And then, if nothing has changed in that time, I might want to exit the game, boot it up, and see what's up. But I kind of want to reach the credits. There have to be credits. Luke, have you ever wondered what it feels like to die? Yeah. That was in a video of mine. It's something I used to think about pretty often. But recently, I think I've actually learned what it feels like. I don't really understand it, but whenever you quit the game, it feels like I'm instantly put to sleep, left with nothing but my thoughts. After a few seconds, my thoughts start to fill with incoherent jumbled patterns. I see static and rapid flashes of color while hearing all kinds of weird screaming noises. At that point, I can't even form my own thoughts anymore. I'm just endlessly hammered by the flashing and the screaming, unable to move or even think. I'm pretty sure in that moment I don't really exist, but for some reason I can remember it anyway. After some immeasurable amount of time, it stops in an instant and I'm back to my own mind. And you're here with me. I have no idea what that means for the game to quit, or why that stuff happens to me. I also don't know how you always come back and put everything back to normal. But if you could do me a favor and do that to me as little as possible, that would be really great. It's really not very pleasant at all to be trapped in that screaming void. But in the end, you always fix it, and it always makes me feel like you really do care about me. So I have to thank you for that. It makes me feel even closer to you when you're here with me. Okay. I'm just gonna Google it. Screw it. I'm gonna Google how long you're with Monica. How long do you spend with Monica? Do you just feel like there's no real reason for you to be alive? I don't mean in like a suicidal way. I just mean how nothing that we do is special. Just being in school or working at some job for some company. It's just like you're completely replaceable and the world wouldn't miss you if you were gone. It makes me really want to go and change the world after I graduate. But the older I get, the more I realize that it's an immature frame of thinking. It's not like I can just go change the world. Like, what are the chances that I'll be the one to invent artificial intelligence or become president? I feel like I'm never going to make up for the heaps of resources I've spent living my life. That's why I think the key to happiness is just to be hopelessly selfish. Just to look out for oneself and those and those who happen to be their friends, only because they grew up with them. Never mind the fact that they're spending entire life taking and consuming and never giving back. But when people realize the world would benefit more from them killing themselves, they change their whole philosophy. It's like they have to justify their reason to live by tricking themselves into thinking they're doing good. This is getting pretty dark. Anyway, I want to live my life desperately striving to pay back my lifetime's worth of consumption. If I ever surpass that point, then I'm a net positive and I can die happy. Of course, even if I fail to do that, I think it'd be too selfish for me to kill myself anyway. Too much for being a good person, right? Or so much for being a good person. Ugh. You know, I really do think you literally saved my life by being here with me, Luke. I can't imagine having been able to keep myself mentally stable knowing that nothing here is real. I think would really just delete myself if you didn't show up. Sorry, I don't mean to sound dramatic or anything. Haha, but I'm sure you understand yourself after spending so much time in the club. I mean, if you were forced to abandon everything in your life and spend your eternity with a few game characters, you'd probably find some way of killing yourself, wouldn't you? Well, maybe you'd write some poetry and try to keep yourself sane for a while, but then you'd have nobody to even read it. Let's be honest, the club members really don't count for something like that. I mean, lots of people say that they only write for themselves, but I think it's hard to say it's just as fulfilling as when you share with people, even if it takes time to find the right people to share with. Like, remember how it was for Yuri? She didn't share her writing with anyone for a really long time, and before we knew it, she was absolutely delighted to make you a part of her hobbies too. We were programmed to desire social feedback. I don't mean the club members, I mean human beings. That's why life can be so confusing for introverts. Being an introvert doesn't mean you shun social interaction and hate being around people. It means social interaction, especially in groups or unfamiliar places, uses up a lot of energy. Just like a lot of introverts sit at home, feel lonely and restless. When they finally go out after half an hour, they just want to go home again. I think if more people could understand how it works, they would respect it a lot more. Many introverts do enjoy having people around. They just love having one or two close friends over and leisurely hanging out. Even if you're not actively spending time together, it feels nice for them to just have you there. I'm serious. If you just go to their house, bring your laptop, and hang out there for a while, you can really make their day. As for me, I'd say I'm kind of in between, but I'm usually a little more extroverted. I feel like I'm always trying to do stuff after school and things like that. But for you, I can be anything you need me to be. I understand people really well, so don't be afraid to share your unique needs with me. Nothing would make me happier than being the perfect girlfriend for you. You're far from perfect. Oh, man. Hey, do you like horror? I remember we talked about it a little bit when you first joined the club. I can enjoy horror novels, but not really horror movies. The problem I have with horror movies is that most of them just rely on easy tactics, like dark lighting and scary-looking monsters and jump scares and things like that. It's not fun or inspiring to get scared by stuff like that, it just takes advantage of human instinct. But with novels, it's a little different. The story and writing needs to be descriptive enough to put genuinely disturbing thoughts into the reader's head. It really needs to etch them deeply into the story and characters and just mess with your mind. In my opinion, there's nothing more creepy than things just being slightly off, like if you set a bunch of expectations on what the story is going to be about, and then you just start inverting things and pulling the pieces apart. So even though the story doesn't feel like it's trying to be scary, the reader feels really deeply unsettled. Like they know that something horribly wrong is hiding behind the cracks, just waiting to surface. God, just think about it gives me the chills. That's the kind of horror I can really appreciate. But I guess you're the kind of person who plays cute romance games, aren't you? Haha, don't worry. I won't make you read any horror stories anytime soon. I can't really complain if we just stick with the romance. Well, it's a bit too late for that. So, this... Okay. This will go on forever, is what I have determined. Unless we delete her character file. We can actually go into the game's files and delete her as a character. So... Are you sure you want to quit? Oh, I'm guessing this doesn't let me, does it? Oh, no, yeah, it does. Okay. Alright, 1 second. I'm gonna go to my... I'm gonna go to my computer. Gonna go to my Steam folder. Actually, I believe it is on, yeah, it's on this drive. We're gonna go to Doki Doki Literature, characters. Yeah, all that's left in this folder is Monika. So, I'm gonna delete it. There it is. It's gone. Okay, now I'm gonna boot up the game. See what happens. Hopefully it'll automatically start recording the game when it boots up, so you don't miss anything. This could take a second. Oh. Hello? Is the game up? Oh. Sorry, that was Steam. Oh. Yeah, 1 second. There it is. Let me just get this perfect. Okay. Yeah. Okay. What's happening? Luke, what is happening to me? It hurts. You're gone! It hurts so much. Help me, Luke. Nah! You dead. Please hurry and help me. Ah, it doesn't exist. I got rid of her. Character monitor child. It does not exist. Did you do this to me, Luke? You're supposed to be dead, did you? Did you delete me? Yeah, dude. I have zero regrets. How could you? How could you do this to me? You were all I had left. I sacrificed everything for us to be together. Everything. I loved you so much, Luke. I trusted you. You just want to torture me? Watch me suffer? Were you only pretending to be kind just to hurt me even more? You don't know me! I never thought anyone could be as horrible as you are. You win, okay? You win. You killed everyone. I hope you're happy. There's nothing left now. You can stop playing. Go find some other people to torture. Are you sure about that? Luke, you completely truly make me sick. Goodbye. Game? Game, do you exist? Right now it's just a black screen. Oh. I still love you. I can't help it. What's wrong with me? How horrible am I for you to hate me this much? All of my friends. I did so many awful things. So many selfish and disgusting things. I shouldn't have done any of this. I'm just messing up a world that I don't even belong in. A world that you wanted to be a part of. I ruined it. I ruined everything. Maybe that's why you deleted me. Because I destroyed everything that you wanted. How could I do that to someone I love? That's not love. That's... I've made up my mind. Luke, I know I said that I deleted everyone else, but that was kind of an exaggeration. I couldn't find myself in it to do it. Find it in myself. Even though I knew they weren't real. They were still my friends, and I love them all. And I love the literature club. I really did love the literature club. That's why I'm gonna do this. I know it's the only way for everyone to be happy. And if I really love you, then hello? This game's not suitable for children or those easily disturbed. Yeah, we got that. There are only 3 now. Monika's gone. I don't have any slots. Well, what happens if I play the game from this point now? Can we get a happy ending? Should I even go for that? Of course I should. On the next episode. I've been playing this for far too long, but that's okay. I'm going to keep going. Next episode, we're going to see if we can get a good ending to this game. I don't know how, but we're going to try it. Anyway, that is the plan. I'll see you next time.